All right, let's dive into this Utah International Film Festival.
Sounds good.
Now, we know it's known for the films, obviously,
Of course, yeah.
but we're going a bit deeper this time. We're
Right.
looking at all the events, the workshops, the panels,
Mm-hmm.
the stuff that can really boost your film career,
Yeah, I'd say it's like uncovering those hidden gems on the schedule.
Exactly. Like those Zepstone Arts Foundation labs.
Oh, yeah. Those are interesting.
Director's Lab, Actor's Lab.
Right.
Imagine working directly with experienced professionals.
It's pretty immersive, but keep in mind, those labs, very limited spots.
Ah, I see.
And they're not exactly cheap.
Good point. Got to weigh the investment, right.
Definitely.
So maybe something like the Darren Smith workshop is a good starting point for some folks.
I think so, yeah.
He's done some impressive films, Faith of Angels, The Carpenter,
Mm-hmm.
and his approach is all about practical advice, actually moving your projects forward.
Yeah, and in his book, Blockbuster, he
Yeah.
talks about, like, nailing that one-sentence log line.
Ugh, that hook.
Right. No matter what stage of filmmaking you're at, that's gold.
Okay, moving on to panels. So many to choose from.
There are.
But Casting Secrets Exposed, that one's calling my name.
Definitely sounds intriguing.
Who wouldn't want to know what casting directors are really looking for?
And the agencies involved are the top ones in Utah Talent Management Group, McCarty Talent Agency.
Wow, the big leagues.
It's like getting a peek behind the curtain.
Okay, I'm sold.
They might even touch on things like researching the casting director beforehand.
Oh, smart move.
Yeah.
Showing you're serious.
Exactly. It's not just about showing up and delivering lines.
It's about strategy.
Absolutely.
Now, for those of us who love a good documentary, there's Overcoming Challenges in Documentary Filmmaking.
Oh, yeah, that one.
Sounds like it gets real.
Real stories from filmmakers who've been there, done that.
Navigating tricky locations, gaining trust with sensitive subjects.
Mm.
Wow, the stories behind those documentaries are probably just as captivating.
Oh, for sure. And speaking of stories, there's making movies.
International filmmaking.
It delves into that.
I bet that comes to a whole different set of challenges.
Different cultures, languages, legal systems.
Whoa.
It's a whole different ballgame.
So it's more than just technical skills then?
Right. Think about it. Like, even a simple hand gesture can mean something totally different in another culture.
Cultural awareness is key.
Big time. Now let's jump to future of filmmaking.
Ooh, that sounds interesting.
They're tackling diversity, mental health, and AI in the industry.
Big topics. Diversity is crucial, not just on screen, but behind the scenes too.
Absolutely. Everyone deserves a voice.
And mental health, especially in this industry, it's something we need to talk about more openly.
For sure. The pressure to succeed can be intense.
We need to support each other.
Definitely. And then there's AI. It's already changing things, but it raises so many questions.
Like, where's the line between human creativity and AI?
Right. It's a debate that's only going to get more heated as technology keeps advancing.
For sure. Now, for those itching to share their screenplays, there's the pitch tank.
Oh, yeah, the pitch tag.
A chance to get your story in front of international producers.
That's high stakes.
But there are guidelines, right? It's not just winging it.
Absolutely. They want to see that you know your story inside and out.
You need that killer log line.
Gotta grab their attention.
Make them believe in your story.
Exactly. And beyond the pitch tank, tons of networking opportunities.
Like the talent rep casting director meet and greet.
A great way to connect with those who, hold the keys to the kingdom, so to speak.
I can imagine that room, full of actors. How do you stand out in a setting like that?
Be prepared. Have your elevator pitch ready.
Right, it's about more than just handing out your business card to everyone.
And be genuinely interested in connecting with people.
It's about building relationships, not just collecting contacts.
Exactly. And of course, there's the award show dinner.
Oh.
Celebrating the best of the festival in style.
Delicious food, entertainment, and those coveted awards.
It's a chance to mingle with industry pros,
Mhm.
enjoy the atmosphere, maybe even find some inspiration for your next project.
Okay, so we've covered a lot, but most of this seems geared toward actors, directors, writers. What about those behind the scenes? Cinematographers, for example. Is there anything for them?
Oh, absolutely. It's easy to focus on the performance side, but this festival caters to the technical aspects too.
I see.
Have you seen the details on the Experience Utah's high-end film resources demonstration?
Oh, right. I skimmed over that. They've got companies like Override Films, Maxi Crane, 43 Productions involved.
Exactly. It's not just about networking. It's about getting up close and personal with some of the top-tier tools and technology used in filmmaking today.
Wow, so for aspiring cinematographers. That's a dream come true.
You said it. Imagine getting hands-on with the latest camera equipment, lighting rigs, seeing how the pros work, picking up valuable tips.
Even for someone like me, who's not a technical expert, I bet it would be fascinating to see how it all comes together to create the magic we see on screen.
It's a great reminder that filmmaking is a collaborative effort, and every role is crucial in bringing a vision to life. And speaking of the technical side, don't overlook the best practices for success in post-production presentation.
Oh, right. I saw that on the schedule. What kind of insights can editors gain from that presentation?
It's all about mastering those post-production workflows, learning how to work smarter, not harder. They delve into things like setting your editor up for success from the very beginning, which means a lot of pre-production planning comes into play.
So it's not just about technical editing skills, it's about the bigger picture of collaboration and planning.
Precisely. It's about understanding how decisions made during pre-production and production impact the editing process, and how editors can contribute to a smoother, more efficient workflow.
Sounds like a great opportunity for editors to gain a deeper understanding of their role within the larger filmmaking ecosystem and learn how to advocate for their own creative vision during the editing process.
Absolutely. And let's not forget that documentary filmmaking, with all its unpredictable twists and turns, often demands a high level of technical expertise. I'm willing to bet those seasoned filmmakers on the Overcoming Challenges in Documentary Filmmaking panel have some incredible stories to share about navigating the technical hurdles they've encountered.
That's a great point. They probably have a wealth of knowledge to share about capturing footage in challenging environments, working with limited resources, and coming up with creative solutions on the fly.
Think rigging makeshift lighting setups, troubleshooting audio issues in the middle of nowhere, or finding innovative ways to stabilize a camera when you're on the move.
I bet those are the kinds of stories that stick with you long after the festival is over and inspire you to find those out-of-the-box solutions when you're faced with your own challenges on set.
Exactly. It's a reminder that filmmaking often requires a blend of technical ingenuity and storytelling prowess, especially in the world of documentaries.
And those are skills that translate to any genre of filmmaking. It's about being adaptable, resourceful, and always ready to tackle those unexpected curveballs that inevitably come your way during a shoot.
You've got it. So even though there might not be a panel specifically dedicated to the art of cinematography or editing masterclass, there's still a ton of valuable information and inspiration to be gleaned for those working in the technical aspects of film at this festival.
It's about being curious, exploring all the offerings, and keeping your eyes peeled for those hidden gems that can help you grow your skills and expand your network, regardless of your specific role in the filmmaking process.
Precisely. And remember, even if you don't see a specific event tailored to your exact role, don't shy away from those that pique your interest.
It's about staying open-minded, stepping outside your comfort zone, and embracing that collaborative spirit that fuels the world of filmmaking.
Sometimes, the most unexpected connections and opportunities emerge when you venture beyond your own niche. You never know who you'll meet or what you'll learn.
All right, I'm sensing a theme here. The Utah International Film Festival is all about pushing those boundaries, whether it's geographically with making movies, crossing borders, creatively with AI-powered filmmaking, or professionally by connecting with industry leaders at events like the award show dinner.
You're catching on quickly. It's not just about attending a burk of events and passively absorbing information. It's about actively engaging with the festival, challenging yourself, and seeking out those experiences that will push you to grow as a filmmaker.
And speaking of the award show dinner, let's talk about that for a second. It's easy to get caught up in the glitz and glamour of it all, but is there a more substantial benefit to attending beyond just enjoying a fancy night out?
Well, while the glitz and glamour are certainly part of the appeal, the award show dinner offers something much deeper than that. It's a chance to celebrate the culmination of all that hard work, dedication, and artistry that's been showcased throughout the festival.
It's about recognizing the blood, sweat, and tears that go into making a film and applauding those who have poured their hearts and souls into their craft.
Exactly. And being surrounded by fellow filmmakers, industry professionals, and film enthusiasts creates an incredible energy of appreciation and inspiration.
I can practically feel the buzz in the air. It's like everyone's collectively riding this wave of creative energy and celebrating the power of cinema.
You nailed it. The conversation's flowing, the connections sparking, the ideas bouncing around. It's an environment that's both celebratory and stimulating.
And who knows, you might find yourself sitting next to someone who becomes a valuable collaborator or mentor in the future. You just never know who you'll connect with in that kind of setting.
Right. It's not just about enjoying the delicious food and the hilarious musical comedy show, although those are definitely perks. It's about immersing yourself in the heart of the film community and soaking up the energy of that shared passion.
And let's not forget about the award ceremony itself. Witnessing those moments of recognition, seeing the raw emotion on the faces of the winners as their hard work is acknowledged, it's a powerful experience that can reignite your own creative fire.
It's a reminder that dreams can become reality, and that even in a competitive industry like film, passion, perseverance, and a healthy dose of talent can lead to incredible achievements.
All right, I'm sold on the award show dinner. Now, back to those Zepstone Arts Foundation labs for a moment. Are they really all they're cracked up to be?
In my opinion, absolutely. These labs offer a unique level of immersion and hands-on experience that's hard to find elsewhere. It's not just about theory or lectures. It's about rolling up your sleeves and diving headfirst into the creative process.
I love that. So it's about getting your hands dirty, experimenting, taking risks, and learning by doing.
Exactly. Both the Director's Lab and the Actor's Lab provide participants with the incredible opportunity to work alongside seasoned professionals, receive personalized feedback, and hone their craft in a real-world setting.
And the fact that they're limited to a small number of participants ensures that everyone receives individual attention and guidance from the instructors. It's like having a masterclass tailored specifically to your needs and goals.
Precisely. You're not just one face in a crowd, you're an integral part of a small, focused group, which means you get that direct, personalized feedback that can be so valuable for growth.
I'm especially intrigued by the observer options for both labs. For someone who's maybe a bit intimidated by the idea of jumping right into the deep end, that seems like a fantastic way to soak up knowledge and gain insights without the pressure of being in the spotlight.
It's a perfect option for those who are still developing their skills or who simply prefer to learn through observation. Imagine sitting in on a session where professional actors and directors are collaborating, experimenting, and refining their craft.
It's like having a behind-the-scenes pass to a master class in filmmaking, where you get to witness the magic unfold right before your eyes, and you get to learn from the best in the business without the pressure of being in the hot seat.
Exactly. You're absorbing all that wisdom and inspiration without the added pressure of performing. It's a brilliant way to ease yourself into the lab experience and see if it's something you might want to fully participate in down the road.
I can already picture myself sitting there, notepad in hand, soaking up every bit of wisdom and inspiration that those seasoned pros have to offer.
And don't underestimate the power of simply observing those dynamics between the actors and directors. It's a masterclass in communication, collaboration, and creative problem solving.
Okay, I'm convinced. Those labs sound incredible, whether you're participating or observing. And let's not forget about the Darren Smith workshop. He's a wealth of knowledge and practical advice for anyone looking to navigate the often daunting world of film production.
His track record speaks for itself. He's produced everything from indie films to big budget series, so he's seen it all and done it all.
And in his workshop, he's not just talking theory. He's giving attendees actionable strategies they can use to actually move their projects forward.
He's all about breaking that gap between creative vision and practical execution. And let's not forget that he's offering a digital copy of his upcoming book, Blockbuster, to all attendees.
Talk about a valuable bonus. It's like having a mentor in your pocket, guiding you through the challenges and triumphs of filmmaking.
Speaking of mentors, have you noticed how many opportunities this festival offers for connecting with potential mentors? It's woven into the fabric of the event.
You're right. From the talent rep casting director meet and greet to casual conversations at the award show dinner, the festival creates this environment where those connections can organically happen.
It's all about building those relationships and finding those individuals who can offer guidance, support, and inspiration along your filmmaking journey.
And let's not forget the power of peer mentorship. Connecting with fellow filmmakers who are at a similar stage in their careers can be incredibly valuable as well. You can share your experiences, learn from each other's mistakes, and offer each other support and encouragement.
Absolutely. Those peer connections often evolve into long-lasting collaborations and friendships. It's about finding your tribe, those people who get you, who understand the challenges you're facing, and who are there to cheer you on every step of the way.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground here. From hands-on labs to industry mixers, from inspiring panels to the glitz and glamour of the awards show dinner, the Utah International Film Festival sounds like an absolute must for anyone serious about a career in film.
It's a chance to immerse yourself in the world of cinema, to connect with like-minded individuals, and to reignite that passion for filmmaking.
But let's be real for a moment. It's one thing to attend a festival. It's another thing to actually translate that experience into tangible career advancements. So how can someone realistically ensure that their time at the festival isn't just a fun experience, but a stepping stone towards their goals?
That's a great question, and it's something that every festival attendee should consider. Attending a festival is just the first step. It's what you do with that experience afterward that truly makes the difference.
So it's not just about collecting business cards and hoping for the best. It's about taking action and following up with those connections you've made.
Exactly. Don't let those business cards gather dust at the bottom of your bag. Reach out to the people you met, send them a personalized email thanking them for their time, and maybe even mention something specific you discussed during your conversation. It shows that you were genuinely listening and that you value their insights.
It's about staying top of mind and nurturing those relationships you've begun to build.
And don't be afraid to ask for advice or to explore potential collaborations.
But of course, do it in a way that's genuine and respectful.
Yeah.
Don't come across as pushy or demanding. It's all about building trust and demonstrating your value as a potential collaborator.
Right. And remember, the festival is just one piece of the puzzle. You still need to be actively working on your craft, building your portfolio, and pursuing opportunities outside of the festival circuit.
So taking classes, writing scripts, making films, networking locally. It's an ongoing process of honing your skills and putting yourself out there.
Exactly. The festival can provide a boost, a surge of inspiration and connections, but it's up to you to maintain that momentum and keep pushing forward on your filmmaking journey.
So it's about combining the festival experience with consistent effort and a proactive approach to building your career. The festival can be a fantastic catalyst, but it's up to you to keep the fire burning.
Precisely. And with the right mindset and the willingness to put in the work, the possibilities are truly endless.
I love that. It's about embracing the journey, the ups and downs, the challenges and triumphs, and understanding that success in the film industry, like most things in life, is a marathon, not a sprint.
And remember, the Utah International Film Festival is just one of many resources available to aspiring filmmakers. There are film schools, online courses, workshops, and networking events. It's about exploring all the options, finding what works best for you, and constantly seeking out opportunities to learn and grow.
Right, it's about being a lifelong student of your craft, always eager to learn, experiment, and evolve.
And most importantly, it's about never giving up on your dreams, no matter how challenging the journey might seem. Passion and perseverance are two of the most valuable tools in a filmmaker's toolkit.
Well said. Okay, we've covered a lot of ground here, from the nitty-gritty details of specific workshops and panels, to the broader themes of networking, career advancement, and the enduring power of passion and perseverance in the world of filmmaking.
We've talked about the importance of preparation, networking, and follow-up, and we've emphasized the need for a proactive and persistent approach to building a successful career in film.
So what does this all mean for you, our listener? Why should you care about the Utah International Film Festival?
If you're passionate about film, whether you're an actor, director, screenwriter, editor, cinematographer, or simply a film enthusiast, this festival has something for you. It's a chance to immerse yourself in the world of cinema, to learn from industry professionals, to connect with like-minded individuals, and to reignite that creative spark.
It's a chance to explore new possibilities, to challenge yourself, and to gain a deeper understanding of the art and craft of filmmaking.
It's a chance to step outside your comfort zone, to embrace the unknown, and to discover what you're truly capable of achieving.
It's a chance to be a part of something bigger than yourself, to contribute to the vibrant community of filmmaking, and to leave your mark on the world through the power of storytelling.
And if you're looking for an opportunity to ignite your passion, to expand your network, and to take your filmmaking career to the next level,
the Utah International Film Festival is calling your name. But hold on, before we wrap up completely, there's something we've been focusing on. The practical side of filmmaking. The workshops, the networking, the pitch opportunities, all vital, of course. But what about that intangible something, the heart of it all?
You mean the soul of filmmaking, the art of storytelling, that emotional connection we crave as both creators and audiences.
Exactly. Does the festival offer anything for those seeking that deeper level beyond the business of it all?
Oh, absolutely. It's easy to get caught up in all the logistics, the business side of things.
Right. Yeah.
But this festival, it doesn't forget that heart, that core of filmmaking.
Okay, good, good. So how does it do that? Cultivate that deeper connection, I mean.
Well, for one, let's not forget the films themselves.
Filters, yeah.
It showcases such a range, films from all over the world.
Right, right.
Different genres, different styles, different perspectives.
Yeah, it's a good reminder that filmmaking, it's not just a Hollywood thing.
Exactly.
It's a global language,
Yeah?
telling stories that, go beyond borders and cultures.
Mm-hmm. It really does.
And you might discover a film from a country you've never even heard of.
Right. Or a story that just totally challenges your worldview.
Yeah, and those are the ones that stick with you, the ones that shake you up a little.
Absolutely. And beyond just the screenings, there are events that really dig into the art of storytelling. Remember we were talking about the Darren Smith workshop?
Yeah, the one with the free book.
Right, Blockbuster. And
Yeah.
while it covers a lot of practical stuff, there's this underlying emphasis on a craftsman's mindset.
Oh, interesting.
It's not just the technical how-to, it's about approaching filmmaking with passion, with integrity.
Like you're creating something meaningful.
Exactly. And that's what elevates a film, makes it truly great.
Mm-hmm. The films that stay with you. Okay, so what about those panels we were discussing? Any that really stand out when it comes to exploring that art of storytelling?
Absolutely. There's one called Crafting Compelling Characters in Short Films,
Hold on.
focusing on how to develop those multidimensional characters, the ones that resonate with the audience, and doing that all within the short film format.
Ah, I see. That's valuable for any screenwriter, really.
Yeah, no matter what you're working on, shorts, features, even TV series.
Right, right.
And then there's the Overcoming Writer's Block panel.
Oh, now that's one I think we all need at some point.
This one's all about practical strategies, for those times when the creative well runs dry.
Yeah, we've all been there, hitting that wall.
Totally.
Huh.
And this panel, it acknowledges that struggle and offers some tools, some techniques to push through those blocks and find that spark again.
I love that. It's a reminder that even the pros struggle with that sometimes.
Oh, for sure.
And it's okay to ask for help.
Absolutely. Learn from others who have been there.
Mm.
And, even those panels that focus on the more technical aspects of filmmaking, they often touch on the importance of story.
You're right.
Because whether it's editing, cinematography, or sound design, ultimately, it's all in service of the story.
Yeah, you could have the most amazing visuals, the most perfectly cut scene, but if it doesn't serve the story,
It's pointless.
it's pointless.
It's all about story.
Story is king.
Exactly. So while the Utah International Film Festival definitely delivers on the practical stuff, the networking, it doesn't forget that essential element, the power of storytelling.
Right.
It's like nurturing that creative spark in every filmmaker.
Encouraging them to connect with the audience on an emotional level.
Exactly. And that's what makes this festival so special.
Okay, so you've painted this picture of the festival as a hub for both the practical and the artistic sides of filmmaking. But what about those people who are still, figuring things out?
You mean those who love film but maybe haven't found their specific niche yet?
Exactly. Is this festival still a good fit for them?
Mm-hmm.
Or is it more for those who already have a clear path in mind?
Oh, I'd say the Utah International Film Festival is perfect for someone who's still exploring.
So, not just for the seasoned pros.
Not at all. It's for those who are still discovering their passions, figuring out where they want to focus their energy in this big world of film.
I like that. A playground for cinematic exploration.
Exactly.
So how can someone who's still finding their way, how can they make the most of this festival?
Approach it with a sense of openness, curiosity. Don't go in with a rigid agenda. Be open to being surprised.
So maybe attend a panel on screenwriting, even if you're drawn to directing.
Exactly.
Or check out a sound design workshop, even if you think you're more into cinematography.
The idea is to sample it all, see what sparks your interest.
You might discover a passion you didn't even know you had.
Exactly.
It's like a choose-your-own-adventure for filmmakers.
That's a great way to put it. And don't forget about just observing. Pay attention to the films, listen to the conversations, notice those dynamics between filmmakers, industry folks.
Mm-hmm.
You might find yourself drawn to a certain genre or style of filmmaking you hadn't considered before.
Right.
Or you might meet someone who inspires you to go down a path you never even thought of.
So it's about being open to those unexpected connections,
Absolutely.
letting your curiosity lead the way.
And remember, don't be shy about asking questions.
Oh, yeah, good point.
Approach filmmakers, producers, even other attendees.
Everyone's there to learn.
Right, to
Yeah.
connect, share that love of film. It's a community.
A supportive community.
Exactly. And who knows, you might just stumble upon your passion, your purpose, or even your next great collaboration at this festival.
I love that. Okay, so whether you're a seasoned pro, an aspiring filmmaker, or just starting to explore this world of cinema, this festival sounds like an incredible opportunity to learn, connect, and just be inspired.
It's a chance to really immerse yourself, come out with a renewed sense of purpose, and a ton of new knowledge connections.
But let's be real, it's one thing to get excited about going to a festival. It's another to actually make it happen.
Right.
There's travel, accommodation, the cost of passes, the time commitment. It's a lot to consider.
You're right. It's important to be realistic and plan ahead. Luckily, the festival organizers have done a great job of making it accessible to a wider audience.
Okay, so let's break it down then. First things first, how can someone realistically plan and budget for attending this Utah International Film Festival?
First step, head over to the festival's website.
Okay.
Get familiar with the different pass options. They offer a variety, from all access, which gets you into everything, to individual tickets for specific events.
So you can customize your experience.
Exactly, based on your interests, your budget. And the website usually has detailed info about each pass, what it includes, the cost. So you can make a smart choice.
All right, so that's step one, figure out the passes. What about travel and accommodations? Those can add up, especially if you're coming from out of state.
You're right, but the good news is Salt Lake City, it's a relatively affordable city.
Okay.
And there are all sorts of accommodation options. You've got budget-friendly hostels, you've got more upscale hotels, something for everyone.
So it really depends on your preference and how much you're willing to spend.
Exactly.
But there are options for those traveling on a tighter budget.
Absolutely. And as with any festival or event, book your flights and accommodation in advance.
Yeah, that's always good advice.
Especially if you're traveling during a busy time. Best way to get good rates and avoid that last-minute scramble.
Less stress. Good tip. Are there any discounts or deals that festival attendees should look out for?
Oh, for sure. A lot of airlines and hotels offer special rates for festival goers. So always inquire about that when you're booking.
Good to know. You never know what you might find. Now let's talk about food. Festival food can be, well, let's just say it can get pricey.
It can, especially those concession stands.
Okay.
Or the restaurants near the venues. But Salt Lake City has a great food scene, lots of affordable options.
Okay, so there are alternatives to those, like overpriced popcorn and hot dog combos.
Plenty. You'll find all kinds of restaurants, cafes, food trucks, all within walking distance of the venues.
Nice.
Yeah.
And I bet there are some good markets or grocery stores where you could stock up on snacks.
That's always a smart move, especially if you're watching your budget.
Yeah, having some quick, easy options in your hotel room is always a good idea.
Absolutely.
All right, so we've talked passes, travel, accommodation, food.
Yeah.
Anything else someone should consider when budgeting for the festival? Any hidden costs that might surprise people?
Always a good idea to factor in some extra spending money.
Yes.
For those incidentals, Transportation, souvenirs, maybe a coffee with a filmmaker you just met.
Or that must-see film that wasn't on your radar before.
Exactly. Better to have a little cushion in your budget.
Always good to be prepared. All right, so planning and budgeting, super important for a smooth and enjoyable experience. Now, let's say someone's done all their homework. They've arrived at the festival. They're ready to go.
We're excited.
They're excited. Any advice on how to navigate all those events and opportunities?
Oh, for sure. First things first, study that festival schedule
Okay.
and prioritize the events that really fit your goals. Are you there primarily to network, to learn new skills, to just soak in the inspiration, or maybe a little bit of everything?
It's about being strategic, not trying to cram everything in.
Exactly. So if networking is your top priority, maybe focus on those industry mixers, the pitch sessions, anything where you can meet potential collaborators or mentors.
Right. And if you're more focused on learning, expanding your skill set, then those panels, workshops, masterclasses, those should be at the top of your list.
Right. And if you're simply there for the cinematic experience, the film screening should be your focus.
Of course. But, I think it's also important to be open to spontaneity.
Oh, absolutely.
Don't be afraid to deviate from your plan if something exciting comes up.
Some of the best festival experiences are those unplanned moments.
Like a chance conversation with a filmmaker you admire, or a last-minute invitation to a screening that everyone's raving about.
Right, those are the moments that often lead to the most meaningful connections.
Yeah, those unexpected discoveries.
Exactly.
And remember, this festival, it's a marathon, not a sprint.
Pace yourself.
Take breaks when you need them. Don't try to do it all.
You don't want to burn out before it's even over.
Exactly. And most importantly, be present. Be engaged.
Put away the phone.
Really listen. Ask questions and connect with the people around you.
Those authentic connections, they're the ones that matter.
They're the ones that lead to collaborations, opportunities down the line. So soak it all in, be open to new experiences, enjoy the ride.
Well said. Now, we've talked a lot about maximizing your festival experience, but let's circle back to something you mentioned earlier, translating that experience into actual career advancements.
Right, because attending a festival is just the first step. It's what you do with that experience afterward that really counts. So any advice on how to make those festival connections work for you in the long run?
It all comes down to, well, strategic follow-up. Don't let those business cards just sit there collecting dust.
Right.
Reach out to those people you connected with. Even a quick email, thanking them for their time.
Personalize it, right. Make it stand out.
Exactly. Mention something you talked about so they know it's not just some generic message.
Show that you were paying attention. You actually valued what they had to say.
Exactly.
Okay, so plant those seeds, nurture those connections. What's next?
Well, don't be afraid to, politely ask for advice or see if there's any potential for, collaboration down the line.
I see. But timing's key. Right?
Oh, absolutely.
You don't want to come across as too pushy too soon.
Yeah, you want to strike that balance, stay on their radar, show that enthusiasm, but also be respectful of their time.
Let those relationships develop naturally.
Exactly. And don't forget, the festival is just one part of the filmmaking journey.
Right.
You got to keep that momentum going back home, back in your everyday life.
So keep working on your craft. Keep building that portfolio.
Exactly. Take those classes, write those scripts, make those films, network locally.
Right. The festival can be a huge boost, but it's up to you to keep that fire burning.
Absolutely.
So it's all about combining that festival energy with, that consistent effort, that proactive approach,
That's what it takes in this industry.
no matter what your role is.
Exactly.
Okay, I think we've given our listener a lot to think about today. We've explored the Utah International Film Festival from all angles. The practical stuff, the artistic side, the logistics, even the emotional aspects.
That's a lot to unpack.
It is. But if you had to leave our listener with one final thought, what would it be?
I'd say think about what truly excites you about filmmaking. What gets you fired up? And does this festival offer you a chance to, to feed that fire, to connect with others who feel the same way?
Because that's where the magic happens, right?
Exactly. It's about making this experience your own, aligning it with your own personal journey in filmmaking.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, that just about wraps up our deep dive into the Utah International Film Festival. And it's clear that this is so much more than just a bunch of screenings.
Right.
It's a community, a learning experience, and a launching pad for those who really want to make their mark in this world of film.
It's a truly unique experience.
So what are you waiting for? The full schedule, all the details, you can find them on the festival's website. We've got the link in the show notes. Go explore, get inspired, and start planning your own Utah International Film Festival adventure.
That's it. Happy filmmaking, everyone.
And that's a wrap for today's deep dive. Thanks for listening.